Elliot, before we talk rugby, let's talk about something you were involved with last week, and it's done really well on BBC Radio Humberside and on our social media. You made dreams come true for a couple of Rovers fans, Samuel and Oliver. I reckon they're probably still smiling. You're smiling. How was that?
Yeah, it was great, mate. Really nice. Obviously we're in a position as rugby players to be able to do that, and especially with the young lads. They're, like I said on the show, they're the next generation of fans and potentially players. So to be able to inspire them and give them a smile on the face, hopefully they're still smiling. But I remember me as a kid meeting I supported Bradford Bulls and meeting the players. I still remember it now as an adult. So to be able to have that effect on young people, it's part of our job, and it's something that I really enjoy. And it's a small things in life, simple, be able to put a smile on someone's face. It means a lot to me as well. It's nice, and it's obviously nice for the young lads and their families.
It shows the power of sport, doesn't it? And I use sport because that's what the industry we're in, and that there are other areas in entertainment and music and things that can do the same as well. But as a sports person, does it make you appreciate that role you can play to a couple of lads like that? Yeah,
I think for us to sort of go out of our way for 10, 15 minutes, all that took, those kids will remember that for a long, long time. So we've got a responsibility as role models and rugby league players to do those types of things and to reach out to our community, the Hull KR community I'm talking about here, and reach out to them and do what we can to help them. And if we can give them put a smile on the face, simple as that. It's a small thing, but in life, there's a lot of things that people, a lot of negativity going on in the world, and if we can have a positive impact on our community as players, then that's great for me. It's the smallest thing out of my day, and it can make the biggest difference for those boys' lives. And we're really good at this club around, remembering where we come from and who we represent, and it's part of the job, so we have a responsibility to do that.
I asked this whilst my prized possession of my picture of my sporting hero, Joe Montana, in the background there. Even at that age, it meant a lot. Picking up on what you said about meeting the players and your heroes at Bradford Bulls back in the day, who was your hero then? Who was your sporting idol?
Probably I had a couple. Robbie Paul, obviously, he was sort of the poster boy for Bradford back in the day. But I always remember meeting Michael Withers. I don't know why it sticks with me. Just at a presentation, I played for West Bowling. Like we do now, we go down to presentations in Hull and hand the trophies out. And I remember he did that for us. And I remember it clear as day. I must have only been 6 or 7 and still remember it. Yeah, he was a great person, and they were obviously a really good player as well.
It was good stuff. It was really nice to see, and thank you for sparing some of that time as well. A lot of people have got enjoyment out of that, especially those two, Samuel and Oliver, as well. Let's get a captain's assessment of that week 1 performance and week 1 win, then. Give us your thoughts on it.
Probably a mixed bag, it's fair to say. I think first half we probably not at the standards that we expected to be at and we expect of each other. Not great completions and made life hard for ourselves in that first half. And then second half, we sort of rectified that, completed higher. We're a bit more like Hull KR, really. I think of what we've come to be used to in the last few years under Willie. So a lot to go at, a lot to work on, but some positives in there as well. And obviously the main positive being that we got over the line in the end, and it's 2 points on the board. But yeah, plenty to work on.
Sometimes you've just got to get over that hump. Week 1 in particular, but certainly early in the season, you've sometimes just got to find a way of getting over the hump, haven't you?
100%, yeah. Look, Castleford were really good. I think that they're much improved from the week before against Bradford. They're really well coached. Obviously, I've worked with Danny Maguire and Brett Delaney as well, and I know how good of coaches they are. And them boys came out firing, and they were really good. And take nothing away from them. They performed really well. So they made it very hard for us. But yeah, we can be better at things we can control, and that's looking after the ball, discipline. Like I said, errors and makes life easier for ourselves in the games. But yeah, look, the main thing is we got 2 points and we're pleased with that, and we're on to the next one.
Take fans behind the dressing room door then. What was that halftime conversation?
Just being honest with ourselves. Just pretty much what I've just said there. Willie assessed it really well, and us as players, we recognised it. We recognised what was going wrong and the situation we was in. We heard our completion, what the number was at, and that wasn't acceptable for us, and there was no wonder the game was going the way it was because of our completion. So it was just what do we do next? What's your next job? What's that look like? What does the second half look like for you as an individual and for us as a team? And the main focus was just getting through our sets and completing and getting back into the grind of the game.
Realistically, though, and you look elsewhere in the competition in week one, and I'll draw on the much talked about Salford-St Helens game. With respect to St Helens, there's probably going to be difficult for them to take too much from that, isn't it? For you, is that the kind of game you really can draw plenty from?
Yeah, we have learned loads from it. We've obviously reviewed it today and over the weekend, and there is some good stuff in there. It wasn't probably wasn't as bad as we thought in terms of. I think we came away thinking a bit disappointed, but when you review it, we did a lot of good stuff in there. Castleford did loads of good stuff in there and made it really difficult. But like I said, we got the win, and we're pleased with that. And we're on to the next one, and we're looking at what we can improve on, what we can keep hold of, and keep rolling, really.
It's part of that, and I suppose, and I know you guys will try and keep grounded, and I know talking to Willie, that's his sort of ethos as well. But you're a team who were in the grand final last season, and for all you might try and manage it and compartmentalise it, you're coming in as grand final Super League runners-up. You've got a lot of that to deal with as well, haven't you, in terms of that expectation going into week one?
I'm not sure. I think we've got our own expectations internally, but we focus on what we can control, and all the outside noise, it's just noise for us. It doesn't mean anything. It's really is what we say in our four walls. That's what matters. There were 2 grand finalists, and yeah, that's it. That's last year. Last year's been and gone, and it's a new year. Everybody starts on 0, and we're just happy to be on 2.
Does it show something how you can come out of it with a win, though, like in a situation like that?
Yeah, that's the pleasing part, is how we finished and how we handled Golden Point. It was very pleasing how we been in Golden Point in the past and not executed what we wanted to execute. So we're obviously pleased with how that went. Like I said, pleased to get over the line and for us to get the win in Golden Point. But yeah, there's obviously some negatives in there as well that we spoke about and been honest as a group, as players and as coaches as well. We speak openly. We as players have taken the feedback on board from the staff, but we hold each other accountable as a playing group as well. We recognise that the areas it wasn't so good, but also realise that we did some good in there as well.
You sometimes need those individuals, though, albeit in a team game. It was set up for a player like Mikey, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he obviously took the moment really well and executed the drop goal. Yeah, that's what we set up for, and he executed it, and yeah, it's job done.
As captain, have you spoken to him about how he felt afterwards? I've asked Willie this about Mikey's mindset, because he was real down on himself, wasn't he? If you had a chat with him as captain.
Yeah, I speak to him all the time. Yeah, we always chat, and he's fine. Mikey, look, he's an emotional player, and he wears his heart on his sleeve, and never discourage him to do that. But yeah, he's matured a lot as well over the last sort of 18 months, 2 years. So look, it's just part of Mikey Lewis and his personality, and we've just got to get the best out of him, and that's one of my responsibilities. And I enjoy doing it. It's a pleasure to work with.
What did you make of round 1 in Super League as a whole?
Well, it was great. Really, really good games. Enjoyed the Leeds Wakefield game on Saturday. That was a good contest between 2 good sides, and I thought the round 1 opener, Wigan and Lee, was awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. Game for the purists. But both defences were unbelievable. Yeah, really good to watch. Really enjoyed the start, and hopefully it continues as we go into round 2.
It was a fascinating battle, those two, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it really good sort of arm wrestle to start with, and both defences were on top. I thought both sides attacked really well, but just the effort to save tries and the scramble defence, and just really good to watch. It was, like I said, game for the purists, but we enjoyed it. Yeah, we really enjoyed it, and a lot to learn as well.
As a rugby league person, what was your takeaway from what happened with Salford and Saints?
I don't really have much to say on it, to be honest. We just control what we can control. Look, the people have got different opinions on them, and the people above my pay grade have got more important opinions than me. Look, we've got Salford the week after this one, so we'll look at them then, and until then, it's not really any of my business.
Yeah, I'm just curious, especially with it being on terrestrial telly as well. You're trying to get eyes on the product, aren't you? Is that a difficult look for the sport when you get a game like that?
Not sure. I didn't watch it, to be honest.
Was that because you knew what was going to happen, or were you not going to? Were you not going to be in a position
I was
to watch
out.
it anyway?
I was out having dinner, so no, I watched the game before the Leeds won and Wakefield. But no, look, is what it is. I genuinely don't have much to say on it. It's not my bag, and yeah, that's that really.
Fair enough. Let's talk about, you said bag there, let's talk about the mixed bag that was the captain's challenge across the weekend. Give us a captain's opinion on it.
Well, I've heard we've been getting a bit of stick as captains. I think we need to stand up for each other. Yeah, different. I think it's a good introduction to the game, to be honest with you. And I think the one with us, we challenged the decision that Peta knocked on, which for me, we got right. And then he gave a knock on the floor. So I guess it's around the communication for us as players. We probably wanted a bit more clearer communication as to what we was challenging. Well, we knew I thought I knew what I was challenging, like I've just explained. But then once that decision was made, for me, we should have kept our challenge because we challenged Peta's knock on, not the incident on the floor. So yeah, we said before, and it would probably have some teething issues, and it's new for the referees as well and the video refs. So it's new for them, it's new for us. The captains have all taken some stick over the weekend, so hopefully we can get one back this round. But look, it's a good introduction to the game, and I'm sure as the season goes on, that'll improve, and our captains in the league will all improve our knowledge of the game because some people have written that we're not very knowledgeable.
Well, I was going to say, it's up to you as captains. You lot have got to get better. Is the takeaway I'm getting from that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, so I've heard.
I'll not argue that one anymore. We'll move on. Speaking of the captaincy and the leaders side of it, leaders in the team, talk to me about Jared's first Super League run out. How pleasing was that to see?
Yeah, good. I think Jared was just good to get that out of the way and get an appearance under his belt here at Craven Park and just get into the groove of things now, get into the swing of things. There's been a lot of talk, obviously, in the pre-season, and rightly so. He's a big name, and there's a lot of sort of media around him, but I think he's just ready to rip in every week now. And yeah, really pleased to play with him. He's going to add a lot to us, obviously a lot of experience and a very big body in the middle. So, we're looking forward to seeing the best of him in weeks to come.
Does that help you as a captain? It's that experience around the dressing room, leaders who can lead by example, and it's not just the emphasis on you. You can turn to other people within the squad. Yeah,
100%. Adding Jared and Rhyse Martin, really good leader, really experienced. Mickey Mack, he's one of the most experienced in the comp. So we're bringing these boys. Tom Davis as well, he's very experienced. And yeah, the 4 new lads who played the other night all add a lot to us in terms of experience, leadership, but we've also got leaders within the team who are growing, James Batchelor, Jez Litten, Dean Adley. So we've got a number of people who sort of chip in, and that's what it's about. It's not about one man leading the team. It's a collective. We've all got responsibility to lead and speak at the right times and not speak at that when that time's right as well. So we've got an experienced group, and it's just it's great to have them on board, and they're definitely adding to us.
Game 2 then, how do you see the challenge at Wakefield?
It's a big one. It's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, like I said earlier, I watched the game on Saturday, and they play some really good stuff. They're a tough side. The middles are tough. They defend strong, and then they've got the finesse with the ball. They throw the ball around and ask questions. I think the spine are really dangerous. Truman and Lena, and then Jarrett out the back. He's playing really well at the minute. So yeah, they're going to take some stopping. I'm really looking forward to it, and should be a good battle on Thursday night over at Wakefield.
Do you feel they're a team that come in because they're coming back into Super League? They're almost they play with that point to prove. I know it's week 1, so I know you can't say that based on what you've seen, but is that how you imagine the mindset would be, that look, we've got to show we belong here again?
Maybe. I think they're just probably riding some momentum. I think, having a great year in the championship, they had a really good year. Obviously, new coach coming under Darryl Powell and the coaching staff, and probably just riding that momentum, and they've obviously added as well to that squad. They've added experience and talent, so they've got better from last year, and I think those new lads are just adding to them and adding to that momentum, and yeah, they've obviously got a good thing going over there, and it'll be it's our job to stop them and our job to turn that and get a win.
In terms of the scoreline, did it maybe look a bit tighter than what their performance would suggest?
I'm not sure. I think Leeds, you've got to give Leeds credit then, really, haven't you, for coming back and getting that late try. Yeah, it was just a good, solid contest. It really good rugby on show, and I really enjoyed watching the game. Both teams going at it, and it was just a really good battle. And obviously Wakefield just got over the line, but you could argue that Leeds getting that late try, it doesn't lie really on the scoreboard, does it? It's really close. So, but a really good contest, and looking forward to going over there.
Yeah, you've spoken a lot and positively about some of the players they have got in there. They're missing a few in the forwards. Is that an area you feel you can exploit?
I'm not sure. We'll look at ourselves before we look at them and sort of our strengths and what we can improve on from Friday night. So, yeah, we'll have a look at Wakefield. We've looked at the strengths they've got, and obviously that's the spine. And like I said, I think the middles are defended really well at the weekend, the way they went after Leeds. And yeah, I think they've got threat all over the park, so it's going to be a really good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it as well. Just to finish with, you always want to win every single game, but how much stock do you put in backing up a win, having got off to that winning start?
Yeah, massive. I think obviously away games you need to pick up points, and if you want to be where you want to be at the end of the year, every game's important. There's none that are more important than the next game. The next game is always the most important one of the season. So don't look too far in front, and yeah, big emphasis on going to get a win against Wakefield on Thursday night. It'd be very tough, but really looking forward to it.
Cheers for your time. Best of luck.
Thank you.